Preparing for our ride mentally as well as physically is really important. We expect our horses to be balanced and responsive and attentive to us and able to move in a way that's coordinated and light on their feet. But sometimes we come in stiff, carrying the burden of our day, both in physical tension as well as maybe thoughts that aren't very present in the moment, that are worried or stressed. What I want to do today is give you a simple series of exercises that you can do to prepare both mentally, calming your mind, coming into feeling your body, and also physically, warming up your muscles, releasing any tension that you're holding on to, and really getting ready to bring your best self to your horse. So let's go ahead and get started with this simple flow. You won't need any special equipment to follow along. All of the exercises are going to be done on our feet. Because let's face it, when you're at the barn, you might not feel like pulling out a yoga mat. You want to be able to just stand in the tack room, stand along the barn aisle, or even do this in the arena as your horse waits for just a few moments before you get on. But you can also follow along with this at home. Follow along with this, practice this a few times, and then you'll have these exercises both in the entirety of the flow or the individual exercises that you find you really like that you can go to even in just a moment. Say, okay, I need a little reset here. I'm going to do this little movement. I'm going to take this idea, and it'll help bring you, again, more mentally and physically prepared for your ride. We're going to begin our flow, our series today, with body circles. This is a great way to just get the energy moving in your body, and if you come in feeling tense or on a cold day, it could just be a good way to really get your blood flowing and to start the movement. So we're going to begin just standing, feet about hip width apart, arms relaxed by your side, and you're going to just do a half circle with your head. And I want you to think as you do this half circle that you're rolling from one ear to your shoulder and then smoothly around to your other ear to your shoulder. And we're not bringing your shoulder up, so you're not trying to actually touch your ear to your shoulder. You're just thinking about with shoulders down and relaxed that you're bringing your ear towards your shoulder. And as you do this movement, notice where else you can feel it. So again, you don't have to think about holding your body rigid and just moving your head. Movement is best done when we do allow the rest of our body to flow with that movement. So as you do this, notice how your shoulders move, how your rib cage, your upper chest, your upper back. And for this and any of the exercises, whenever you feel an area that feels a little sticky, just think about moving through it, not getting stuck there, not trying to really push through it, not worrying about if you can't go quite as far one side or the other, but just breathing through that and flowing through. Okay, so go ahead and come back here to center. And now we're going to go ahead and do some movements with your shoulders and with your arms. We're going to start with shoulders. So I want you to just roll your shoulders forward. And I like to close my eyes when I do a lot of these exercises because it actually helps me to go a little bit more inside, to really feel my body and feel the motion. So rolling your shoulders forward, arms relaxed. And again here, feel how does this affect the top part of your rib cage, your back. Now we're going to change and roll your shoulders back. And making a smooth circle, so not just shrugging up and then jerking them back, but see if you can make a smooth circle, even if that means that the motion gets smaller. Notice your breathing as you do this. Sometimes the breathing can be a clue too of where we get a little stuck if you notice that you stop breathing in one particular area, in one particular part of the motion. Okay, go ahead and let that go. All right, now we're going to go ahead and make a circle with your whole arm. So first, taking your arms forward, fingers open, arms outstretched. Again, noticing the range of motion in your shoulders. Change, and we're going to take the arms back. Notice the openness that comes here in this back part of the circle through the upper part of your chest. Good. Okay, let that go. Now we're going to make a circle with your chest. Now think about your sternum. And think about drawing a circle with your sternum. Doesn't have to be a big circle. But as you're doing this, notice again how we're getting into different areas of the body. So you're going to feel your hips moving here. You should feel your shoulders, feel your neck. Feel how this affects the weight over your feet. Okay, change directions. Good. Notice your upper back as you do this, the movements through your spine. Okay, and let that go. Now outstretch your hands and let's do some circles with your wrists. First taking your wrists one direction and then the other direction. Allow your fingers just to be soft as you do this. Good. This starts to bring all that awareness into our joints. Now let the motion just get a little bigger, where you can get your elbows involved too. Okay, now we're going to go down to the hips. So important for riding is these hip joints. But the same thing here, just draw a circle with your hips. Any part that feels a little sticky, just glide through. You might find if you hit a little point that maybe is even a little painful, just do a little less. Make your motion a little smaller. Or you could do a little exhale as you hit that little sticky or that little painful spot. Notice this motion from your hips, again, affecting all the way down to your feet, how the weight is distributed through your feet and the contact with the ground. Switch directions. And also through your upper body. How you feel this motion where your head moves, but it's almost like the top of your head kind of stays in the same place, but you're rotating around. Okay, let that go. All right, now we're going to go to knees. Hands on your knees and do a circle. And then the other way. Very good. As you do this, think about allowing your knees to kind of sink forward and down. Something that we talk about a lot in our riding as well. Okay, now we're going to do ankles. So go ahead and standing on one foot, bring your other toe up just slightly back, about in line with your heel. And then go ahead and just move your ankle, creating a circle. Now you want to be aware here that you're actually moving through your ankle. That you're not just keeping your ankle straight and doing a motion like this or moving your body, but really think about feeling the range of motion through the entire ankle. Okay, now we're going to change and we're going to do the other ankle. This is also really good. The ankles, knees are really important shock absorbers. Because when we're in the saddle and our foot is meeting the stirrup, we don't want to brace and we don't want to take the range of motion out of these joints. We want to allow them to be those soft shock absorbers. Excellent. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do an exercise that really focuses on breath. So we're going to come down into a squat, allowing your knees to come forward, however low is comfortable for you. Low. Inhale as you come up, reach up with your arms, stretch. Exhale and come back down. Up. We're going to do this 5 times. Down. 3. Even look up. Think about looking up towards ceiling or towards the sky. 4. And again, remembering to let your knees go down here. So we're not just coming down like this, but we're really letting the knees come down and forward. And final stretch up. Excellent. So there we got rib cage expanding, got a little bit more breath coming in with some deep breaths. Now we're going to really activate the spine, warm up the spine. So for this one, we're going to curl down and curl back up. So I'm going to turn so you can really see this better. I'm going to start by allowing my chin to fall, my head, and think about allowing the weight of your head to then pull you down. So then my arms are just hanging, my shoulders are hanging, a very soft bend in my knee. I curl down however far is comfortable for you. Just slowly allowing your body, your upper body, to be weight. Okay, now from here, as I come back up, I'm going to come back up by engaging and thinking about kind of pulling my belly button back. And now I'm going to uncurl, thinking vertebra by vertebra, with my head dropped so that my head comes up as the last part of the motion. We'll do that again. Chin falls, head falls, head leads the motion, round through your upper back, through your middle back. Very soft bend in the knee, arms just hanging as far down as you're comfortable. And then allowing yourself to round back up. We're going to do that one more time. Now, as you come to the top here, just add in, allow your palms to rotate out and allow yourself to look up. So now here we're opening the upper chest a bit more. And then palms rotate back, chin, head, rounding down. Nice and slow. Exhale. Inhaling as you come back up. Rotate your palms out. Notice how that opens your shoulder, opens the front of your chest, and look up. Very good. Okay, so there we got a little bit more motion through the spine, movement through the spine. Now we're going to focus on hips. Okay, we're going to do a little hip opening just from standing. So I want you to pick up your leg, balance on the other foot, and bring this leg back. Again, it's another circular motion because we're not just bringing it up and then jerking it out to the side and then taking it back. We're making this fluid motion. If you find that you're struggling with your balance here, you can even just kind of trace your toe along the ground and make this as small as you need to. Or you can see if you can keep your balance, not going really far out with your hip and doing something wild like this. Keep yourself upright and see what the little limits are on your range of motion. Can you make a little bigger circle here with these? Good, excellent for warming up hips. Okay, now we're going to do another exercise for range of motion. This is a great one for getting ready for mounting. Now we're going to do knees up. So alternating legs, just lifting your knee, allowing your lower leg to just hang. So letting your toes be soft, and just picking up your legs here. Excellent. One more on each side. Very good. We're going to do one more exercise here. So we're going to do a twist. So for this, I want you to bend your knees, let your hips go back, bring your hands together, and bring your elbow here to one knee. Try to keep your knees aligned, not letting one knee go too forward. And you can even stay further up if you need to, and just do a light twist. But see if you can let your knees go forward as your hips go back. Find your elbow to the side of your knee, and bringing your other elbow so that you have a straight line through your arms, twist through your upper back. So looking Ahead, even just slightly up, and really feel this twist through your shoulders, through your upper back, through the upper part of your spine. Continuing to let your hips sink back as your knees sink forward. Go ahead and come out of that. Come up, hands back together, and we're going to go down for the other side. Knees sink forward, knees together. Align your arms. Allowing your hips to sink back and feeling the twist through your upper back. Again, come back to center. Slowly roll up. Nice deep breath in and out. And we're almost ready to close this session. Okay, so now just take another minute here. Feel your weight over your feet. Feel your alignment. Close your eyes. Notice your body. Notice what feels warm. Any other little movement that you want to do. This is always such a good way to close any movement practice, is just notice, is there any place else in my body that is calling my attention that wants to move? And if so, what does it want to do? Does it want to just wiggle around a little more? Does it want one more stretch? Notice what you feel there. Allow your body to come to stillness. And again, with your eyes closed, now just visualize the ride that you want to have, or the time that you want to have with your horse, the training session. Imagine what it would look like for this session to go well. The connection between you and your horse. If you're riding, think about feeling balanced in the saddle, that flow of the movement. Feeling comfortable in your body. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. And you're ready to go off and start your ride. Thank you for following along with us today. I'd love to hear from you. What was one exercise that you enjoyed the most? We all have unique bodies, and there's something usually that will just be like, oh, that one movement just felt so good to me. So I would love to hear what that was. Leave a comment down below, and as always, thank you for watching. We would also love to have you join us in our Yoga for Riders program. Yoga for Riders is led by Heidi Blackman, and Heidi brings a lifetime of experience as a rider and as a yoga teacher. She focuses on alignment and using steady progressive exercises to help you develop the strength and the mobility that you need to really make a difference in your riding, to be better aligned, to feel those areas where you're holding on to some tension, causing some crookedness in you, and then of course in your horse. And even being able to do things like mounting and dismounting so much easier. You can scroll down below to learn more about Yoga for Riders, and we would love to have you join us there.